Excited about the opportunity, so we're very appreciative of him. And Ricky has built his business the old-fashioned way, utilizing mailings and phone calls. With over 100 sales per year and numerous awards, he still works just as hard as a new agent. Passion for real estate and hard work is Ricky's calling, and developing relationships with potential buyers and sellers has enabled him to reach his full potential and more. I also found out he's an expert in jiu-jitsu, so don't make him upset. And don't you leave before he's finished. Anyway, I'd like to welcome Ricky Carruth. Ricky, come on.
Hello.
Hey.
How's my Remax family doing? Now tell the truth, how good does it feel to be working for the #1 company in the universe? I'm very excited to be here. It's a real honor to even have been asked to come up here today. Before I get started, can I get a round of applause for the other speakers today? I learned a lot today. This was some real cutting-edge information. I'm really just hoping I can add to what you learned today just a little bit. So my name is Ricky Carruth. I'm with Remax of Orange Beach down in beautiful Alabama, Florida, Gulf Coast of Mexico. How many people here have ever been to the Gulf Shores Orange Beach area? Good. Well, those of you who have not, let me just say, it is absolute paradise. It's one of the most beautiful places in the world. We have beaches with palm trees, back bays with islands. The sand is like white powder. There's plenty of stuff to do, lots of great restaurants, seafood festivals, concerts. It's heaven on earth. They will never get me out of there. Matter of fact, when I die, they just bury me right there in the sand under the palm tree up there, right? So, I was born in Alabama. I grew up on the Gulf Coast. I went to Gulf Shores Elementary, Foley High School. I've been selling for 15 years, and it's been a roller coaster. We've had Hurricane Ivan, Hurricane Katrina. We had the real estate meltdown that we all know about. We even had an oil spill. So I've been through a lot. And I gotta say, I feel very blessed and fortunate to have been through all I've been through. After all the trials and tribulations and lessons I learned, to still be standing here just as strong as ever. And to be as successful as I've been up to this point, I just feel very blessed and fortunate. So the Gulf Coast market is the only market that I know. I don't know other markets. I try to keep up with other markets or read about other markets, but if you're not there firsthand, day in and day out, you don't know other markets. I don't know if the Gulf Coast market is better or worse than other markets, but I talk to a lot of agents all over the place. I've got clients all over the country, and over the years talking to everybody, I've kind of found that the general consensus about realtors on the beach is that we just got it made. People just think selling condos on the beach is so easy. Like I'm down on the beach in my swim trunks under an umbrella drinking a bushwhacker with a 4 selling condos all day. I had one agent in Birmingham a while back tell me that he thought Remax of Orange Beach was set up like a drive-through McDonald's. Like people would pull in, order a condo, pay for it on the way out. Like somebody pulls up to Remax of Orange Beach, they think I'm inside, sitting there with my little headset on, and they think I say something like, "Welcome to Remax, I'm making your order." Let me get a number 2 bedroom, directly on the beach, with 2 baths and a bunk room. All right, you want that bunk room, large or small? Let's go with the large today. we repeat your order. You have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath currently on the beach with a large bunk room. Will that be it today? That will do it. All right, your total is $425,000. I'll see you when you pull around the window. So a lot of people think that's how it is. It's just so easy on the beach. Like we're just sitting down there, people are just coming to us, buying beach properties. It's just so easy. Well, let me clear the air right now and assure you guys that realtors on the beach, we work just as hard or harder than realtors in any other market. For one, competition is so fierce down there. Competition is through the roof. Everybody wants a piece of that pie. Realtors come down from all over, thinking they're going to come to the Gulf Coast and hit it big. They come down, they spend a lot of money in advertising. You see their name around town. 6 months to a year later, it's like poof, they disappear. They vanish. You wonder where they went. They packed their bags and they're right back where they came from. Competition's too fierce down there. But they came down thinking the Gulf Coast was going to be their land of real estate, milk and honey, with a fairy tale ending. And I can see where they're coming from. I mean, from the outside looking in, it calls me their shoes. But I'll tell you what else I see. I see realtors in every single market, big or small, regardless of where it is, what area, population. There's a realtor in every single area that's dominating that area, that market. So that tells me it doesn't matter what market you're in. All that matters is that you dominate the market that you're in. Don't worry about if you could do better in a different market, or maybe I can make more money over here. If you're not doing well where you're at, you're not going to do well in another market. So dominate your market. That's what it's all about. That's what we're all here for. We want to learn how to dominate. If you're not dominating your market, or you're not asking yourself or trying to figure out how to dominate your market, you got to ask yourself, what am I doing? So I want to tell a quick story. Patrick asked me to do this. I was in my office about a month ago, and Patrick Daly comes up to my office and says, "Hey, Rick." I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Jim Sutton wants to know if you want to come talk to the Tech and Touch next month there in the golf course." I didn't know what he was talking about. I said, "The Tech and what?" He said, "The Tech and Touch. It's going to be this huge event. RE/MAX is putting it on, a couple hundred agents. There's going to be lots of speakers there talking about the latest and greatest technology for real estate agents. Zillow, Trulia, LinkedIn, Facebook, top producer, D Street." I said, "Patrick, why would they want me to come speak about a bunch of stuff that I don't know anything about?" Success in this business. Everybody has to figure out their own way. But the way that I have done it, I've come up with a way that enables me to capture an unlimited amount of the highest quality prospects in my market. And that's really what I want to try to share with you guys today. I want to give you a clear path to of the highest quality prospects. Earlier, she said there's not a bad prospect, but there are higher quality prospects. So, if I have that going for me, why would I do anything else? So I said, "Hey, Patrick, why do they want me to come speak to this tech guy?" He said, No, Ricky. Hear me out. Answer me a couple of questions. He said, "You've been with RE/MAX for over 6 years now. You've hit top 10 in the state several times, number 1. You've single-handedly, not your team, just you, sold over 100 properties every year and over $100 million worth of real estate in your career." I said, "Yes, sir." He says, "And haven't you done all of that the old-fashioned way? Just off postcards, letters, emails, and phone calls?" I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Well, there you go. You see, they want to mix it up a little bit. They want some speakers there talking about some tech, and they want some speakers like yourself talking about touch." I said, "Oh, tech and touch. Okay. He said, yeah, he said, that way everybody that shows up can leave with a little bit of everything. A little tap and a little touch. I said, that is genius. So then I had to decide I was actually going to do this or not. So I took a deep breath and I said, well, let's see. I've never had a microphone on my shirt before in my life. I've never spoken in front of a big group ever. I said, but it's something I've always wanted to do, and I really think my message can help people sidestep some of the mistakes I've made and so on and so forth. So I said, you know what, Patrick, you call Jim Sutton and tell him I do want to do that. Tell him to sign me up, I'm down. And here I am. So I'm really glad I decided to do this. It's a great opportunity. I feel real fortunate to be able to have something that people would like to hear and to be called on to do this. So I feel very blessed and fortunate. So then I had to decide, what was I going to speak about? So they wanted to know pretty quick because they wanted to start advertising. So I thought, I want to do something real and powerful. And I want it to be something people can use. I want it to be something from my experiences. So I just decided I was going to do something kind of from my heart and something that it's just me being real about what I think about the business. And I could talk for hours and hours about it on lots of different subjects, but I had to pick a couple things. So my message today is building stronger relationships.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
And with better phone calls. So I want you to take just a second and really let that sink in of what we're going to be talking about. Okay? We want to build strong relationships, lifelong, solid relationships. And that's one part of it, but we're going to do it with better phone calls. Okay, so we're going to talk about both relationships and phone calls. Relationships and phone calls are the most important two parts, in my opinion, to real estate. I want to start with the stat before I get off into it. Okay, I heard this at a sales meeting not too long ago. I have a little sinus thing, I'm sorry. But this stat was kind of mind-blowing. I had to look it up to make sure it was accurate. Okay? It says that 90% is like almost all of it, right? 90% of all real estate business generated in today's market is generated the old-fashioned way. Mail-outs and phone calls. Now that means all the other methods that generate business combined for the other 10%. Okay, so you got 90% market share, you got pieces of 10% of market share. So that's something to really think about. When you're thinking about how you want to build your business, or what direction you want to go in, what priorities you want to put in front of yourself day by day, what activities you want to do as far as sales go, what side of that statistic do you want to be on? You want to be on a 90% or part of 10%? What side of that statistic do you think that realtors who dominate their market are on? Okay? Now, 90% is a big number. So I didn't know that statistic when I started. To me, it's okay if all you did was mail out some phone calls. That's going out and grabbing 90% market share. That's all I do. When I started, I kind of did a little bit of everything, but I eventually found out what was the most effective. So, earlier I said, it doesn't matter what market you're in. All that matters is that you dominate the market that you're in. Okay? So how do we dominate a real estate market? I'm I'm going to tell you what I think. I can boil it all down into one idea, one philosophy, one lifestyle. Really just one word. And it's relationships. Think about it. Every transaction that you've ever completed has come from a relationship that you created and maintained. Every single last one of them. And furthermore, the more relationships you have, the more transactions you have. Okay, so that's the secret to real estate. Create and maintain relationships. Okay, the more of them you have, the more transactions you have. Isn't it simple? Right? Now, a lot of people might ask, if it's that simple, if that's as easy as it is, easy as it can be, then why aren't all realtors doing nothing but creating and maintaining relationships constantly? That's all they do. Why isn't that all they do? It's all I do. My job every day is not to go in and try to sell property. It's to create more relationships and maintain all the relationships I've created over my career. That's my job. Deals become just a byproduct of all the relationships I've created since I started my career. So, if it's that easy, why aren't all realtors doing that? Right? There's lots of answers. I'll give you a couple. One is, I don't think anybody's ever really broken it down for you like I'm trying to. Okay? Another is, there's so many people pulling you so many different directions, you don't know which way to go. Everybody's got their own idea of what you need to be doing to be successful. For the length of your life, that's what you're shooting for, forever. You want to create and maintain these relationships forever. It's a lot of work. You have to work really hard to maintain, create and maintain relationships. I was at the grocery store a couple weeks ago, and I ran into an agent I work with, and I went up to him and said, "Hey man, how's it going?" He said, "Good." He said, "Listen man, we need to get together. I need some pointers." I said, "Well, we don't have to get together, just what's going on?" He said, "I need some more listings, I need some more sales." He's a pretty good agent, okay? He's been around a while, and he only makes about 5 or 10 sales. All like $1 million. So he's a high-end agent, he does low volume. He wants more volume. So he said, I need some more listings, I need some more sales. I said, all right, well, I can tell you right now. I said, create and maintain more relationships. This joker looked at me square in my eye and said, "I already got plenty of those." I thought, am I talking to an alien? Here I am in the Publix store in the meat department, freezing. He comes to me and asks me for some advice. I tell him what I think, and he tells me he's already doing that. Well, don't you think we're talking about two different things? I said, yeah, I'm sure you do have a lot of good relationships. I'm sure you got a good relationship with your mom. I'm sure you got a great relationship with your wife. I'm sure you got buddies you play golf with. I said, but those aren't the type of relationships that I'm talking about. So key point number one about relationships is that you have to have relationships with the right type of people, the right type of relationships. You can randomly have relationships with people you meet in random places with friends and family and all that stuff, and that's great. I want you to create and maintain those relationships and see where they go. But if you really want to dominate your market, you have to target a group of the right type of people and create and maintain relationships with these guys for the life of your career. So, who are these people? Earlier I said I want to give you a clear path to unlimited amount of the highest quality prospects in your market, okay? So first, what qualifies a prospect to be the highest quality? Anybody?
Capability of buying.
Okay. Well, that's a good one. Let's take it a step further. What makes a prospect a high quality is a prospect you can spend less time with and make more money with. Right? You're going to spend less time with them and make more money with them. Right? That's being efficient. That, to me, is a higher quality prospect. Would you rather deal with prospects that you have to spend a lot of time with and make a little money, or prospects you spend a little bit of time with and make a lot of money? Right. So, who are these people? Who are the highest quality prospects in every market? It's property owners who own property in the niche market that you want to sell property in. So say you want to sell houses between $200,000 and $400,000. Big houses, subdivisions, and houses between $200,000 and $400,000, and you go after these guys and create and maintain relationships with them. Okay? Sorry, guys, the summer thing really. So we know who we want to have relationships with. Okay? And then we're talking about dominating the market. We're not talking about making $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year. We want to make $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 a year. Okay? So we know who we want to target. Now, how many relationships does it take to actually dominate a market? Well, it takes thousands of relationships. Okay? And that sounds like a big number, but let me break it down for you. Later on, we're going to talk about phone calls. I'm going to tell you that I want you to make 20 to 30 calls a day, 2 to 3 days a week. Okay? That's not hard. Now, out of that week of your calls, if you can connect with them, we're not trying to sell anything, we just want to make a connection. If we can connect with 5 to 10 of those people every week, and we do this every single week, that's going to lead you to about 250 to 500 relationships every year. Now, if you do that for the first year, and you hit 250 to 500 relationships, these are people you talk to on the phone, and you have connected. You've created a relationship. You found a connection with them. It's not somebody that you email back and forth, you never talk to, or you sent some mail to and you never talk to them. That's not a relationship. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a real connection. If you do this, and you create 250 to 500 relationships in a year, you're going to do some business that year. I don't know how many transactions you'll get out of that. You never know. 20, 30, 40, 50. But you're going to do well. Okay? If you do that year after year, after 3 or 4 years, you're going to have 1,000 to 2,000 relationships built. Okay? Now we're dominating our market. Now we have 2,000 relationships that we can lean on and really dominate. So, 2 to 4 years is a long time. Real estate doesn't happen overnight. Okay? You have to work hard every day, day in and day out, week after week, for years, and build your business. You build these relationships up. The time is going to go by regardless of if you're doing this or not. So why not do what you're supposed to do? It's only a couple hours a day, 2 to 3 days a week. And in 4 years, look back and say, wow, I'm dominating, right? So we know who we want to have relationships with. Okay? We know why they're the highest quality prospects. Another thing about being a high quality prospect, saying the highest quality is, the reason why property owners that own property in niche market are such a high quality prospect, I said earlier, it's people you spend less time with but make more money. Okay, well, why are those people, why do they fit that criteria? Well, for one, if they're already property owners, then that cuts out all the education time that you have to spend with them. If it's a first-time buyer, like I know on the beach with condos, I mean, they'll come through and they want to know what a condo fee is. Somebody asks me what a condo fee is, that's like a red flag for me. But, you know, first-time buyers are going to run you all around, ask you all kinds of questions. People who already own property, they already know the answers to all these questions. So it cuts out all the education time. Because now you're spending less time with these people. Okay? Another thing is, they already own the type of property you want to sell. So if you create and maintain a relationship, they decide to sell, and you have that relationship in place, and you have a listing. You have a listing in the type of property that you want to sell. Okay? So these people that own property already, they can buy, they can sell. All my buyers come from property, they're already property owners that sell and buy or buy and sell. Okay? I don't advertise for buyers at all. I love working buyers. But I love working with buyers that already own property, know what they want. It's a higher quality prospect. It's a much higher quality prospect. You make much more money in a lot shorter period of time. So we know who we want to go after. We know that they're the highest quality prospect. We know how many we need, okay, and we know how to get there. Okay, so that's a pretty clear path. All right. Now earlier I mentioned the word lifestyle. To be a high producer, you have to know the lifestyle of a high producer. Okay, a lifestyle is just the way you live, right? But a high producer creates habits. They do the same thing every day. They handle every situation exactly the same way, right? And they do these things consistently over time, and eventually they become known for those things. When you do something so long the same way, that's what you become known for. And that's another word for reputation. Reputation is so huge in this business. It's one of the most important parts, and you have to start today doing everything you can to improve your reputation. So I've come up with 4 ways to build a very strong reputation. Reputation is something that helps you create and maintain relationships. When people know they can depend on you, trust you, that you're easy to deal with, that you're low pressure, you know, these guys are going to stick with you, and they're going to tell all their friends about you. And that's how you get referrals with great reputation. A reputation goes out there and works for you without you even being there. If you do a great job for somebody and you give them a good you show them that your reputation is so good, they'll go and tell their friends, and their friends will say, I'm going to use Ricky whenever I get ready to do something. You don't even know this person. You just created a relationship without even being there. Then that person sees your sign around town over the next couple of years, and it kind of reminds them, and then 2 years later, they decide they want to buy a house. They call you and say, hey, my friend told me about you 2 years ago. I want to see this house. Great. So, reputation is huge. One way to build a strong reputation is to build a reputation around being the hardest working agent in your office and in your area. The way that I did this is I picked out who the highest producer was in my company, and I decided right then and there I was going to outwork him. I was going to work harder than the highest producing agent in my company. He would make calls, I would make calls. If he's going on appointments, I'm going on appointments. He's sending mail outs, I would outdo him in every single aspect. And soon enough, I was writing more contracts than him, closing more deals than him. So once you do that and you come to your office, then you reach out to your entire market, see who the top producer is in your market. You start out working that guy, okay? Because we're going for domination. We want to completely dominate our market. So when I get to the office, I come in, I get some coffee, I say hi to the front desk girl, I go to my office, I close the door, and I open my computer and start typing emails, making phone calls, making postcards, writing lists, setting up appointments. All day, every day. People know me for that. So a lot of agents, they come in the office, they say hi to the front desk girl, they get a cup of coffee, grab a cookie. They talk to the front desk girl some more. They go from office to office, talking to all the agents about what went on during the weekend and all that stuff. While I'm upstairs, writing emails, making phone calls, making post calls. So you have to work hard, and you can't just say, oh, because I'm at the office, I'm working. That doesn't count. You have to be making more contacts than everybody else. It's a numbers game. You got to think big. Way number 2 is you have to be honest. You have to build a strong reputation of being honest. If you don't know the answer, if somebody asks you something you don't know, tell them you don't know. Go find it, bring it back to them. Now they trust you. Always do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. Every single time. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If people know they can depend on you, trust you, that you're going to work hard, and they know those things, you know, some people, they come to the office, they work a couple weeks really hard, people say, oh, he's working hard. And then he takes off for a week. And then he comes back in and works for 3 days. And then he takes off for another week. And he works hard for a month. And he takes off for a couple of days. And he starts developing this pattern of somebody who works really hard, but only when he's there. To me, that doesn't cut it. I want a reputation where people know I'm going to be there. They know I'm going to work hard. They know I'm going to be where I say I'm going to be. When I say I'm going to be there, they can trust me. The third way to build a strong reputation is to be easy to get along with. You have to be easy to get along with. If somebody rubs you the wrong way, to me it's better just to let it slide. This is business, and it's called being professional. Things happen in business. Deals fall through. Things go south. It's nobody's fault. And even if it is, it's okay because, you know, we need to build a reputation of being good to work with. Even if we don't like the agent we're working with, it happens. Sometimes you don't like the agent you're working with, but don't let them know it. Be professional. Let them know that you are glad to work with them. You can't wait to do another deal with them. Okay? And people will start to respect that. And you'll become known as somebody who is just so good to work with. When you become known in your market with all the other agents that are in the market as somebody who's really good to work with, it goes a long way. And when people see your listings on MLS, they're like, oh, God, I'm glad it's him. Right?
Yes.
I'm glad it's him. Whew. So the fourth way, the last way, to build a strong reputation, and this is something I built my entire business on, something I really believe in, is to be very low pressure when I'm dealing with my clients. I'm extremely low pressure, I always have been. If someone doesn't want to do a deal, then I do not want them to do the deal. Now that's not to say that if they're not telling me they want to do the deal, but I can sense that they kind of do want to do the deal, I'll push them a little bit. I'll say, let's go ahead and put it on the market, or let's go ahead and make an offer, or something like that, see what they say. But I'm not going to be pushy. I'm not going to be high pressure at any moment, any time, because I'm trying to build a relationship, and I want them to feel comfortable with me. I want them to feel so comfortable with me that they feel like we're almost family or something, where they don't want to do the deal today, but 2 months down the road, they decide they're ready to do it, they're going to come back to it because they felt comfortable. They felt like you had their best interest in mind. So being low pressure is such a big part of my business. I want to have thousands of clients that know that I'm here for them and that I'm not going to pressure them to do anything, and have 100 clients that I feel like I have to pressure them because I don't have anything going on. So my four key points about building a strong reputation is hard work, honesty, being easy to deal with under any circumstances, and being very low pressure with your clients. Okay? So just to summarize kind of where I'm at, because I don't have a big presentation. Relationships. You know, who we want to have relationships with. It's property owners who want property in the niche market we want to be in. Okay, we know they're the highest quality prospect in any market. Okay, we know how many we need. We know how to get them. We'll get into what we're going to say on the phone here just in a minute. Okay, and we know we have to build a strong reputation. We have to live the lifestyle of a reputation and of a high producer every single day. Okay? So, on to maybe the most important part of my session today, phone calls. Who here loves to make phone calls? Who here hates to make phone calls? I want to start out with the phone call part by just giving you guys our philosophy on phone calls. And I really hope this helps. I hope this strikes a nerve. When I'm making calls, cold calls, I'm not calling them to see if they want to do business with me. I'm calling them to see if I want to do business with them. I'm not calling them to see if they want to buy or sell something, or to see if they would consider me as a realtor. I'm calling them to see if we connect enough where I feel like I even want to deal with them. Okay? So, it's a different way to look at it. It takes the pressure off. But we're not calling to sell anything. We're calling to connect for a long-term relationship. Deals come later. Okay? Nothing happens overnight. Most people you call aren't going to want to do a deal right then. It happens. And it's happened to me plenty of times. But it doesn't happen very often at all. Most of the time, your phone call work is to build relationships for future deals. So that's where you need to be thinking. So, another stat that I like. When you're doing mail outs, and you're sending mail outs to your farm area, how many ever you send out? Your normal success rate with mail out is 3%, somewhere around 3%. Okay? And most mail outs, we're sending a lot of mail outs. People have to get the mail in their hands 7 times, I think's the rule, where, before they even recognize your name. Okay? That's a long time. And then, maybe they want to sell right then. They've got 10 other realtors sending them stuff. You're just kind of in the sea of realtors. But your success rate is around 3%. Now, let's do some mail outs and let's add a phone call. Let's follow up with a phone call and see, did they get the mail out? Is there anything we can do to help them? Okay? Now our success rate jumps from around 3% to 18%. Okay? So, guys, that is if you have a calculator, it's 600% increase in your success rate.